The iPhone 14 announcement is mere weeks away. We are expecting to see invites to the Apple September event anytime soon, but there are still realms of iPhone 14 leaks to pour through, dissect and tell you all about. The basics: we are expecting to see 4 new iPhone launch on September 7, and within that there won't be an iPhone 14 mini replaced with the iPhone 14 Max. However, the main upgrades will be coming to the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 14 Pro, where the iPhone 14 is expected to bear a striking resemblance to last year's iPhone 13. The iPhone 14 leaks are now coming thick and fast and from more reputable sources as we begin to close in on the launch date, which we are now expecting to be September 16, giving only 9 days from launch to on sale, which is shorter than in previous years. The article is designed to do one thing: allow you to get an instant hit of all the latest iPhone 14 leaks and rumors, so you can feel as confident as we are about what's real and what's not. And we have been at this while predicting and analyzing leaks on release dates, prospective prices, and the most likely specs and charges since the very first iPhone emerged in 2007. Our handy guide is being updated daily in the lead up to the iPhone launch at the next Apple event that we are expecting to happen towards the start of the September. So bookmark us now if you are interested in finding out what's coming and whether you can get excited about the impending upgrades from Apple. The iPhone 14 launch event will take place on September 7 and the phones will go on sale September 16. The 14 is strongly tipped to match the iPhone 13 starting price of $799, but the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max will rise by $100 starting at $1,099. The 14 non-Pro model looks very likely to match the iPhone 13, but the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max look likely to get a punch hole camera instead of a notch. It's looking almost certain that the iPhone 14 mini has been replaced in the lineup by the iPhone 14 Max. With the big day just weeks away, the iPhone's new hues are coming into focus. The big rumor suggesting that both the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro will come in a new purple shade, which seems to be the in color this year in the phone world. Expect similar other colors such as blue, white, black and red for the 14 and gold, graphite and silver for the Pro. We have heard on iPhone 14 price leak which detailed 4 members of the new range with a Max included but no mini. Apparently the base phone will start at $799. The iPhone 13 starts at $799 with the iPhone 14 Max going for $100 more than that. We have similarly elsewhere heard that the iPhone 14 will have a similar starting price to the iPhone 13. The iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max are said to go for $1,099 and $1,199 respectively, which would mean each would be $100 more than the starting price of their predecessors. This claim has been echoed regularly, looking pretty nailed on to be happening. Our original look at the iPhone 14 design came from one big leak, which includes unofficial renders of the 14 Pro Max. Although we have since gained some better, more plausible ideas of the forthcoming design, since then the design of the 14 and 14 Pro range has come into sharper focus, with the basic non-Pro range looking similar to the iPhone 13 and the 14 Pro range getting some noticeable changes: a slightly thicker case, larger camera bump and a peel and punch combo at the top of the screen to replace the notch. Both Mark Gurman and Ming-Chi Kuo, two leakers with excellent track records for Apple information, have since said that the notch will be replaced with a punch hole camera, and it's consistently been shown in renders and designs since then. The 14 Pro and Pro Max actually have a slightly bigger camera bump than the 13 Pro series, reportedly due to the use of a new 48 megapixel sensor, more on which further down. There were some early leaks that suggested the 14 lineup would go back to the round volume buttons of previous models of years gone by, but that's since been dismissed, with plenty of leaked cases and schematics pointing to the longer lozenge style we are used to. Earlier in the year, we also saw some dummy case 3D models from Weibo that could well have been based off the rumors we have seen rather than the actual leaked models from Apple, but give a good idea of the different sizes to expect. CAD renders have also shown what the iPhone 14 Pro Max might look like. Of course, renders are essentially really fancy digital sketches, but this from Mad Mix lineup well with that we are expecting. Elsewhere, we have heard that the Pro models could use a titanium alloy for their frame. This would likely be stronger than the materials used in current models, and this source also claims there will be an iPhone 14 Max in place of an iPhone 14 mini. When it comes to the new iPhone 14 colors, there is one key rumor that keeps popping up that the iPhone 14 will have a purple variant for both the base and the Pro models. The expectation, and that's very much what this is at this stage, with leaks on this area of the iPhone 14 rather thin on the ground. We have covered it in the greater depth in the article linked above, but in short, the leaks from accounts like Lorico have been going quite hard on the expected colors for the iPhone 14 and Pro 14 Max, which should see them emerging in purple but less saturated than previous years, black, white, blue and product red. The green variant have been tipped, but that was launched mid-cycle for the iPhone 13 models, and we can't see that one coming again this year. For the 14 Pro and Pro Max, you can likely expect gold and rose gold, graphite gray, silver and more muted purple tone. Again, green has been muted but doesn't seem likely for the same reasons as above. What that means is the Sierra Blue variant, which was one of our favorites in the iPhone 13 Pro range last year, is gone, and there also wants to be a pink variant, which is surprisingly given its popularity. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, feel free to share it with your friends and keep watching Best Buy to get your top-notch day-to-day commodities.